Hello class, my name is Jaime. This is week 2 discussion question 1. The video kind of hit home for me a little bit. I myself am a father of two 6-year-old girls, and so as I was watching the video, it was very easy for me to consider if that was my child and what would I do in the situation. What would be the choices that I would have to make in order to try to resolve the suffering of my child. That is what I found very interesting about the video. I could place myself in the video, in the place of the father, watching the mother her pain, watching the mother's pain on video and the suffering of the child and how you, as a parent, just want to take that from them. Um, that was a very powerful and interesting point that the video made to me, um, especially because my main goal in getting an education at this point in my life is to become a family counselor, and that is a situation that unfortunately a lot of parents face is something going wrong with their children. One of the things that I had questioned about in the video was as it played out and explained that what the child was suffering from and the type of seizures that she had. It started when she was 3 years old, and then it continued for another 3 years. And through those 3 years, they mentioned medication to try to help her. They showed video of the child taking pills, and then ultimately she was diagnosed with Rasmussen's syndrome. As a parent, I would find that very frustrating, and I don't understand why it took them so long to get there. Whether it was on the part of the parents or on the part of the medical field or a combination of the two, I don't know, but I wish the video would have gone on to explain a little bit further as to why it took so long, just to give a parent like myself some insight as to maybe there's something that, heaven forbid, if something happened to my children, that I could look out for to try to bring more attention to it. But uh, other than that, it was just a very profound video for me to watch, uh, to witness the family go through something like that, and thankfully it was resolved. It was a very intense choice, obviously, when they came to the point of deciding whether or not to have a doctor cut into their child's brain and cut it out, or to continue to just try to find the right medication to allow the child to at least live some semblance of a good life or a good a life of quality. Um, but in the video, the mother also stated that her quality of life after 3 years was nothing. She was starting to suffer in her intelligence. She was having seizures every 20 minutes, so I can't imagine that there wasn't really a hard choice if they continued to allow her to have those seizures and just to medicate versus the surgery. The result probably would have been the same. Just an interesting video to say the least. And of course, considering the material of this week, two of the things that stood out to me as I was watching the video and reminded me of was the understanding of synaptic density, which obviously was part of the probably conversations that they had with the doctors in the video about how much neural networks that we have in our minds when we're young, that we actually have double the amount that we need, and over time as we become adults, there's a pruning process that takes place. This obviously was part of consideration, and then on top of that was the theory of the neuro constructionist theory, which has three components to it. It has an understanding that the mind is affected by the genes, or the biology and the environment. It also considers the plasticity of the brain, and the third component is the fact that the brain development and the cognitive development are linked closely. And that was seen also in the video by the fact that the girl was seeing a cognitive decline in her abilities because of all the seizures that she was having. So she had a biological issue that was causing seizures that was preventing her from actually developing her mind, because it sounds like she just spent the entire time having seizures every 20 minutes. Terrible, terrible. But that's my take on the situation on the video, and it's the plasticity, or excuse me, the synaptic density um, of our minds at youth was obviously beneficial to the child, and the fact that all the intense therapy that she had helped with the neural constructionist theory, or neural constructionist theory was seen played out in all the intense therapy that she had to help her to regain her abilities. Um, anyway, that's my take. I'll talk to you next time.